the thing is, I rattled myself, and I've only got myself to blame. I saw it coming, and I didn't even eat the bait. I just, bruv.
You devoured the fucking rod, man. Yes, people, welcome back to Weird and Wonderball. This is part 2 of our season, our biggest flops of the season. We went through our top 10 up to 6th. We'll just recap that one quickly for you guys before we jump into the top 5 flops of the season. Ishmael, do you want to go through your ones quite quickly?
Yes, I had Thomas Partey 10, Willian 9, Donny van der Beek 8, Ryan Brewster 7, Hakim Ziyech 6. Then I, for some reason, had Willian again, but then I had Ramsdale next at 5.
Right, nice.
So,
we'll put Doherty in there for you then.
Yeah. Go on.
Okay, cool. And mine are Donny at number 10, Ryan Brewster at number 9, Hakim Ziyech at 8, Nathan Ake at 7, and Matt Doherty at number 6. So, without further ado, we're on to number 5, Ishmael. Number 5. Who is your 5th biggest flop of the season, and why?
So I had Thiago Alcantara
At number 5.
Number 5, yeah.
Okay, go and talk to me about him.
I'm gonna save it because I'm guessing you've got him somewhere near the top.
Why do you think that?
Because your agenda is strong.
I think it's more of your conscience.
So yeah, I've got a number 5. He's not pulled up any trees at all, really. Obviously, there's been
7 out of 10 performances all round,
extenuating circumstances, but yeah, he's not been amazing, has he? I think he's got 13 appearances, no goals, no assists. But then also I'm factoring in his injury, out for 3 months, banging in the middle of the season. Yeah, like I said, I'll keep it. No, it was November. But yeah, man, he's not been great. He's had a couple of indifferent games. He's had some
indifferent.
He's had a couple of indifferent. Let me finish. He's had a couple of indifferent games. He's had a couple of games where he's been actively just doo-doo.
Shit.
But
you can't even call him shit. That's how bad it is. I called him doo-doo.
but he needs to do better, innit? He needs to do better. He's a big man.
We're trying to see more from him.
He's experienced.
When you signed him, what did you expect to be getting?
Well, some of the buy-in Thiago, where he's just bossing games, everything is going through him. Yeah, what we all know. Go on.
No, I was just saying. Do you think that's Thiago who was bossing those games, or was it just Bayern Munich?
It was Thiago. If you watch it, like just his last game for Bayern Munich, man of the match in the Champions League final, like and he ran the show as well. So that kind of says it all. But for whatever reason, we haven't seen that Thiago. I can't front. He's not been great. But yeah, we'll save the juicy stuff in it for when you pick him number 1, as I'm sure you will. Spoiler alert. But yeah, that's Thiago. And I kind of it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I'm kind of numb to it all now.
Okay, cool. Do you know what? I'm not gonna bother. I feel like I've said enough about Thiago for now.
Yeah, until you've got your flipping dissertation and planned on them for later on. But anyway, go on. What's your number 5?
My dissertation. So look, if there's been a bit of a trend with the players that I've picked, they've been players that I felt so far the between 10 and 6 were players that haven't been playing enough. And that were disappointing ultimately. So I've had Donny hasn't played enough, Brewster hasn't played enough, Ziyech hasn't played enough, Ake hasn't played enough, Doherty hasn't played enough. Doherty probably a bit more, but there's another Spurs player that's coming in at number 5 for me. Some might argue it should be lower down, but Gareth Bale for me is my number 5. Where do I start with this guy, man?
They sold us the biggest dream on Bale.
the
Biggest dream.
fanfare around it was mental, and I genuinely
Biggest
was
dream.
like, "Oh no, like Spurs, they've done well this window. What like what sort of beast are they going to transform into this season? Especially the start they had." But Bale's just not been playing enough for me. I feel like I said, there was that quote that came out right at the start of the season where he said he wants to be peaking going into the Euros, and like I said, he will start. Remember, I told you I was like,
That quote, innit? You love that quote.
he's gonna start putting performances
That
in. I
quote.
told you, remember? And look, now
Yeah,
it looks
yeah,
like
yeah.
he's starting to rediscover some of his form.
No, Jose just freed him, innit?
Perfect
He just
timing.
freed him.
Jose Freed. That
Yeah,
those
the
two
two
words
words don't do it.
don't go
True, true.
together. But he's starting to play better
Oh,
now.
bro.
I would have probably put him lower down if it wasn't for the last couple of weeks. But the performance he's been putting in, ones against City in particular. He came on and made an impact. Who else was that this weekend against West Ham? He looked good when he came on, starting to look like the Gareth Bale of old. But yeah, I've been disappointed in him. I thought we were going to be getting the Bale who left to go to Real, or at least the Bale
Once
who
said Bayao.
Bale, yeah, the Bale who like for the first 3 or 4 seasons in Madrid was one of the best
Oh,
wingers in
the
the world.
goal he scored, the goal he scored in the Copa del Rey final, where
Against
he
Atletico.
skinned man on the touchline.
Mm.
One
Man
of the
ran
best goals I've
round,
seen.
ran round.
Ran off the pitch. I was
He
high
ran
fiving man
round,
on the bench.
got a Lucasade, drank that, threw it behind him, got some water, splashed it over his head, and
Got the
started
ball patch in
boosting.
there, and then just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
dash. One of the
But
best
yeah,
goals. Also, like I think if
someone's
just quickly, I've got him higher up, so I might not say everything on him right now, but if he went to a different team, I think people's expectations would have been curved slightly. But because he made that romantic return back to Spurs, people thought we were going to get Bale from,
the one that
was it the
left.
10-11 season where he was just
Mm.
on an absolute madness. And when you look at his last couple of seasons at Madrid, obviously he had the Champions League final, which we won't talk about. But he's been a shadow, innit? He's been on the sidelines. So yeah, for me, the reason why I put him higher is because the narrative. People were telling us that Spurs have now got the best front three in the league: Son, Kane, Bale. People were telling us that Bale's gonna lead them to the title. Like we got sold an absolute dream on it. So I think for me, that's why he's slightly higher up. But
Yeah, fair.
I take your point. I take your point. He's not really played like that too much.
There's been a lot of the ones that have like occupied like between 10 and 6 are players that I think could contribute more, should contribute more.
Yeah.
And whether it's because of their transfer fees or the reason they were signed, the holes they were trying to plug, and whether that they did or not, ultimately that's what's put them on there. And Bale, I don't think for me has. He's not fulfilled any of the expectations that were sort of placed on his shoulders. If anything, he's kind of vindicated Zinedine Zidane's decision not to play him as soon as
Yeah.
he came back. His transfer value is even lower than when it was at Real Madrid. Yeah, where do I stop, man? Like he's
Bro,
just
the
really
wages. We
not,
haven't even spoken about the wages as well.
bro.
I think he's one of the highest paid. He's one of the highest paid players in the league, and they're only paying half his wages. Dude, that is ridiculous. They're paying about 300 bags a week for him, and that's only half of what his wage. That's only half of what his wage was. Like that is just an absolute madness.
But yeah, man, I think. Do you know what? I think, like I said, he's going to get better towards the end of the season. There's an argument potentially that maybe after the season's over, he might not even be in this top 10 based on what I'm predicting from Gareth Bale towards the end of the season. I think he's gonna kick on, and then he'll then try and focus on like trying to find a new club and put in some crazy performances at Spurs.
He's gonna go
Spurs,
China. He's gonna go China in it.
pretty
He's gonna
much.
go
Man.
China.
I don't see Spurs forking out his wages or
For this, no chance.
Not right now, but I
They-
reckon keep your eyes peeled. Watch this space of Bale. I think
it's
he's
all
a
for me.
mercenary, man. He's a mercenary for peas. He'll turn it off and on every time. If he doesn't want to play, he won't bother. He'll just chill.
Those of you that read our post on shirt numbers will know that I'm a bit of a stickler for some stuff, and just seeing him with the number 9 on his back, it just all looks a bit fucked. Like he's He's got the ponytail. He's got the different number. It's just weird, man. It doesn't look right.
He needs to
I'm
have a
not
word with
really.
Lamella, man. He needs to get that
I'm
number
not.
11.
Yeah, Lamelo needs to just bounce. Yeah, it's not. It's not it. It's not it.
Yeah. All right, let's move
Um.
on. Let's move on then. Unless you got,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
you got Bale in as well, so let's not spend too much time on him. We'll talk
yeah,
about him later.
yeah.
Who is in fourth place for you, Ishmael?
So fourth place, I've got this guy could probably go high, you know. I've got Timo Werner, fourth
In
place.
fourth?
Yeah, I actually no, I've got him. You know what? This is fucked. I've got
No,
actually
no,
got him
no, no, no.
third. No, you
Stick
know what
with
it is? It's because I've got Willian. It's because I got Willian twice though in it, so I've got him. He's actually third on my list. Yeah, Timo Werner.
Wait a second. So wait, William was in fourth and
Had
in
him.
like
No, I had
ninth.
Willian. I had Willian at ninth and
Fourth.
2, 4, 6, like sixth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, sixth and ninth.
Okay, cool. And then so you put what Doherty in at sixth. Who did you
Yeah,
put in for
Ramsdale
sixth?
fifth. Ramsdale fifth. Thiago fourth. Timo Werner third.
Okay, well, it looks like we've only got Doherty. I thought we were going to have another one right there, but I've switched. I switched two players around to. Well, yeah,
Did
Werner
you switch
was.
around? Oh,
Yeah.
easy top three. It's
No,
all gonna
so
be mad, isn't it? It's all gonna be mad. Either way, we'll talk about 10 players and see who's been a flop. But
yeah,
um,
my in fourth place.
yeah, go on, go on. No, you go. You might as well do yours
So
because I've actually got Timo Werner third in it. So do your fourth.
Werner was fourth for me.
Okay.
So I put Werner in fourth, and that's literally just because. So there's a lot of things here to.
Wait,
to
who the
sort
fuck?
of-
I don't know who your top three's gonna. This is okay. Go on. Yeah, go on. Go on.
Do you know what I might? Do you know what? I'm just going to stick with what I got. I put Werner in fourth, but as an element, I could swap him with the player in third. But Werner, yeah, there's a lot of things here. I saw some quotes coming out today as well, which just I had to retweet basically. He's come with a big transfer fee. That's number one. There was a lot of clubs touted around who were very interested. He ultimately went to Chelsea. Was meant to be their new number 9. I know it's not his number, but the player who was going to go get them the goals. He was prolific in Leipzig, at Leipzig in the Bundesliga. Cut his stay at Leipzig early so he could get to Chelsea. So he had, if anything, he had extra time to sort of settle in, understand how they wanted to play.
Oh
But
shit! Yeah, he didn't play Champions League in it after when they were. I know that's a bit snaky, you know.
I agree. I wasn't
That's
too
a
happy.
bit
I was like, "What?
snaky.
You're
That's a
leaving
bit
early?
snaky.
You're leaving
Yeah.
early so you can go Cobham and train with the boys?" Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Because I remember they were playing like flipping Morecambe and them man in in pre-season.
Morecambe.
I was like, why? I was like, why is this guy? I was like, Leipzig is still playing Champions League. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I didn't get
to
that.
be fair, I guess if he got injured or whatever, but still.
And the
But yeah,
fact that
speak
now
on.
he was signed as a striker, and now he's playing as a left winger. I think that's just that details it all because he was bought to be a goal scorer. He's now not a goal scorer. He's coming out with quotes saying
He's got 5 goals, 5 assists. Go on.
some
Yeah, keep
mad
that.
quotes.
Let me get his stats up. What's he been saying?
Some mad quotes. He was just talking about how he's been brought down to earth. Oh, so okay, obviously I've learned that you can't really be called a top striker when you go on a scoring drought like this. That's one part of the quote.
He's a loser. I'm sorry. He's a loser, man. I'm sorry.
In the last few months, I have been brought down to earth. The players are 1.9 meters tall, brutal physically, and really fast, including the defenders. So it just sounds like he's never watched the Premier League before.
Yeah.
Completely had no idea what he was coming into. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, how naive can you be to come into the Premier League and be like, whoa, they're really tall, strong, and fast, even the defenders.
It's really
Of course,
physical
bro.
here, you know. Bro, what do you expect?
Of course, man. That's how we play football around here. And yeah, man, I just think he's playing well. So I had him in third, but I moved him down to fourth just because I think he's been probably one of Chelsea's better players in the last few games. He won the game against Newcastle with a great assist and a good goal. I have a bit of a soft spot for him. I really didn't want him to hit the floor running at Chelsea, but you never like to see a player go through one of those droughts, man. It's just like Diego Forlan-esque, you know.
And there's
Or
a
like
line in it. There's a line
Crouch-esque.
where it. Yeah, he went was like 13, 14 games. For me, there's a line where it like goes from just being.
Crouch only went 13, 14 games.
Yeah.
I like Diego Forlan went like 22 or something like that, something mental.
Wait, he still used to
He
bag
took
at
off his
Anfield though.
shirt, bro. Oh, I
No,
remember.
he
He
used to
took off
bag
his.
at Anfield
Got that those two
regular.
goals.
Like, I know,
Dudek.
bruv.
But I watched that game the other day. Actually, it was a good game. We should probably do. We should use that as one of the first like classic
Yeah,
match.
but I remember
But
that
yeah,
game. So I was
imagine this:
fucking
it's at
vexed, man.
Sunderland, back here at Old Trafford. He scores a goal. Man takes his shirt. He gets so happy. He takes his shirt off. Has his arm through one hole, still complete topless here, just swinging the shirt round, and then they finish celebrating, and then it's all like wrapped around his hand, like bare tight, and like he's just like trying to put, he's running around the pitch topless, like I don't know how the referee's not stopped the game. He's running around the field topless, tackling people, trying to put his shirt back on. I think they eventually had to give him another one.
So big.
Bro, it was mental, honestly. But that's what I mean. That's what Timo Werner's reminding me of right now.
God.
Like, I feel bad for him,
It was
but
looking
ultimately,
like I
don't feel bad for Chelsea.
You don't want it to start. You don't want it to start affecting man's like mental health and stuff. So it was getting to a point where like it just wasn't funny anymore, and like it's a funny one because we tried to sign him in it. I wanted him at Liverpool. I was annoyed when we didn't get him, and then he went to Chelsea and he just started. Mate, if you're telling me now that him and Jota are worth the same amount, I'm happy, mate. I'm happy. And also we're paying Jota in like some small installments as well.
Yeah, we're paying that for the next couple of years, man.
It's payment plan, isn't it?
Yeah, bro. Refinancing.
But yeah, back to Werner. Like, if it's funny because, like you said, he has put in some good performances, but you can make like a 5-minute long highlight reel of some of his like just howlers this season. The one where Giroud was going in and man was on the line and it came off his leg, hit the crossbar, and then hit his head, then went back out again. Like it's just been a bit comical at times, isn't it? Yeah. But if you really watched him play all season, like you know he's not been the worst striker. But again, you got to look at some of the misses. Like he might have cost Lampard his job to an extent at some places. Some of the misses have been inexcusable in it, but
not even the misses, but the fact that Lampard couldn't get a tune out of him,
and he's persistent with this guy as well. Like Giroud was scoring on a hot streak of goals, but Lampard was still wanting to bring Timo Werner in because he was like he's my signing. I've got to persist with this kind of thing. But yeah, for me, he's got to be top 4, top 3. Like he's been a flop in it. If you consider what you expected from him at Leipzig, like I'm pretty sure he was only second to Lewandowski last season in goals. So
yeah, man, he had 28 goals in the Bundesliga. 28 goals,
and he had quite a good. And I think he had like double figures assists as well. So he was coming on like some big expectation. Yeah. But yeah, he's been a flop in it. He's been a flop. There's not really.
Yeah, for sure. For me, do you know what it was? It's like he's putting in decent performances, but then there'll be a couple of moments where he's got a chance to get on the score sheet and he absolutely fluffs his lines. And then it was like
some of the one-on-ones.
That's all you remember.
One-on-ones have been mad.
The one against Fulham.
Like the Fulham. Yeah, he actually had a good game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like he ruins the
that miss. He needs to not be up front. He's not for me. He's not a striker in it. Like I know he bagged loads of goals last season, but they were playing 2 up front. They were playing like 2 wide forwards. You see how Martial and Rashford sometimes play as like wingers, basically with a false line. They were kind of doing that, and even Nagelsmann himself said that he doesn't see Werner as a number 9. So you got to do your homework in it,
But he's got that electric pace. He looked clinical in front of goal when he had a chance, and it's the chances that he should have been burying this season that he hasn't.
Yeah.
That's for me. It's not about him not being a number 9. He gets into those positions where he should be scoring goals, and he just doesn't. So
it's the same with Firmino. I have the same argument with Firmino. Like people say, "Oh, he's not a number 9," blah blah blah. Then don't be in this flipping area to take the chances, and let someone else get the chances. If you're not number 9, stay out of the box. So it's just like.
Yeah. No, I hear that.
If you're there and it's an easy chance, I don't really care who it is. You just need to score. Like that's just how it is. But I do feel sorry for Werner to an extent. But it's Chelsea, so I like.
Who's your number 4, Ishmael? Yeah.
Who was my number 4? Good question. No, I'm baffed. I'm on 3 now. Timo Werner was my 3.
Who's number 4?
We've been through this already. So I had Willian at 6 twice. Then Ramsdale was 5. Thiago was 4. Timo Werner is number 3.
So, you know, so could you put Doherty at 6,
Yeah.
Ramsdale at
So Doherty
5?
6, Ramsdale 5, Thiago 4, Werner 3.
Thiago's at 4. Oh yeah, we spoke about
Yeah,
Thiago.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Yeah, that's your third one. My in at number 3 for me is someone you put at number 9 and number 6.
Are we
Willian.
going to talk about this Don 3 times?
Willian, bruv.
I want to hear your piece. I think I spoke about it more
Bro,
before. So
from what
yeah,
do you know
you know
what it
what?
is?
Bruv,
Yeah,
the mic's going
what's
down. The mic's going down.
the best measure of like how a player has been received or how a player is performing is their fans. Is how the fans react to him. And from when I'm hearing like every fan, every fan, Troops is the leader. Like he set the bar in terms of like.
Because when he looked at the camera, he's like, "I hate you, bro. I hate
like,
you."
on my nan's grave, he's playing against us. He's playing against us. So as soon as you're starting to hear that from like that, I mean, Troops is he's a different beast. He's a different animal, yeah. But I'm hearing it from all Arsenal fans. All Arsenal fans being like, "Hey!" I'm watching like watch-alongs, and they're like, "Hey, Willian's not coming on today." Banging like when you're hearing that from a player who was meant to be like the bee's knees, like they were getting so gassed about him when he signed, when he had that first game against Fulham, like we mentioned before, in the previous part. Like, come on, man. Come on, like, where's the where have your performances gone? The Willian that finished the season and got Chelsea Champions League football, where's he gone? Do you know what I mean? He was scoring some important goals. Is he down?
He scored a goal to win us the league when they beat City.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So, for me, yeah, Willian has downed tools at Arsenal.
Yeah. He's got a big packet in it.
He doesn't give a flying fuck about this team. Like he does not care about Arsenal at all. He's taking the P's and he's bouncing. Like he's not even bothered about performances anymore. He's probably gonna bounce to
Corinthians. He's doing it shamelessly as well.
Vasco da Gama over in Brazil or like Fluminense, them man there. I mean,
man's flexing with his Brazilian football knowledge. I see you.
Yeah, bruv. Do you know what I mean? He's not bothered, bruv. He's not bothered by like. He's not bothered by like what's going on at Arsenal. They're in a flipping serious crisis, bro.
I love it.
They're in some crisis, and man, they signed you, bro. A rival on like a 3-year contract, big money. Like Arteta was gassed about it, and these are the performances you're putting in. So for me, it's like we come in as like a respected figure in football, in Premier League football, one of the highest performing players of like the last 10 years. And that's not. I don't think I'm being too generous there. When Chelsea were winning titles, he was central to it. Under Mourinho, Conte, Sarri as well. Like, do you know what I mean? He's done exceedingly.
To be fair as well, all the managers they always backed Willian.
He didn't even speak English. He still doesn't speak English, and he's still getting backed. How's he doing that?
Some of them will dash him out the team for a bit. I remember Sarri dashed him out for a little bit, and he's like, "No, cool, come back." Because he used to put in the shift. He was consistent in it. But
yeah, that's what I mean. And like to see the drop off now, I think it must be intentional. It must be intentional. That's why it's my number 3. That's my number 3.
The funniest thing as well is that Arsenal as a fan base are so divided on pretty much every single issue.
It's true, but this one.
But you will not find one single Arsenal fan that rates this guy.
Who would have thought, yeah? William Borges, yeah? William Borges would be the player that united the Arsenal fan base. Who would have thought it, bro? Who would have thought it?
He's an
Yeah,
op.
man.
He's the definition of undercover op. Like
For sure, man. He's playing against them. I think Troops has got a point, but he's playing against them, man. But that's why I put him in number 3. I had to move him.
You know what? Fair enough.
I think recent performances, I've put Werner. I would have been Werner 3rd and Willian 4th, but recent performances have put Werner in 4th position now in the top 10 flops in my list. But Willian, he doesn't even look like he's about to pick up any form. I know he had no transfer fee, but it doesn't matter to me, man. When you're coming with that much pedigree in the Premier League and you're putting in those performances, see you later. Get out of here.
He's tarnishing his legacy, innit? Well, I guess Chelsea fans
they love him even more, bro. This is firming up his legacy in my eyes, man. He knows what he's doing.
As like a Premier League all round, like you see, if you're watching Premier League years with your kid in like 10 years time, mummy, daddy, like who's this guy in Afro? And then if you're watching this season, imagine trying to tell them this guy used to be good back in the day. They're like, what? What do you mean? Like actively bad in every game he comes on. Like just Wolves, I think they were chasing the game. Simple pass, just rolled over his foot. I'm like, nah, this guy looks like
It's not.
he's up to something here. He's up to something here. But
Do you know what's
you
also
know what?
bad
You
as well?
convinced me. You convinced me. You twisted
Yeah.
my arm, man. Willian, you can come in there less 3 times, man.
Do you know what I mean? I swear he's in this list again at number 3. But another one, I think just to like sign this point off, Willian was in a car. Well, I think it was after a Chelsea Arsenal game or some sort of game, and then a fan came up to him and was like, Willian, we ever come to Arsenal? We ever come to Arsenal? He's like, no. It's what, and he drove off. And it's just reminded me that he never came to Arsenal to play football. Do you know what I mean?
He
never
bag,
came
mate.
to.
He came for the bag. He secured
Bro.
200
He just wanted to stay in
grand a
London,
week.
living in London, living good.
He must have had offers from maybe like Wolves, like Portuguese speaking. Nuno was like, "Come here, mate. Come." He's like,
Obrigado.
nah. Arsenal probably came in and they were like, "What? 200 grand? Yeah, cool. Say that. We'll pay that. That's fine."
Is that it? Yeah, cool. Sign on fee as
He
well.
looks like
Yeah.
he looks like he can't. He looks like he can't be asked.
But yeah, that's my number 3. That was my number 3. Who is number 2 for you, Ishmael?
Well, we spoke about him a bit already, but I had Gareth Bale number 2.
Okay.
So, yeah, for me, like I touched on already, for me, it's the narrative that surrounded the whole deal. And in addition to the wages as well, like I said, this guy was signed, and people were saying that Spurs have now got the best front 3 in the league. Like he can't even hold down a place when they've got like, what's my man called, Bergwijn, Lamella. Like he can't even kick these men out of the team. But I don't know. From the Gareth Bale that I know, from world class Gareth Bale, he's just the shadow of that performer now, and he's kind of going out on a whimper, man. This is a sad way for his career to sort of. Obviously, he's had a great career. You can't really chat to Bale, like highly decorated baller, but this is not really the way. Yeah, bruv. What, 4 Champions Leagues? God knows however many La Ligas, Copa del Rey. Like he's done the business for Wales as well. So you can't chat to Bale, but this is not the way you should be going out in the limelight as well. Like fair enough if you're gonna be doing this in like China or whatever.
I don't know. Do you think there's my point? Yeah. Do you think he's suffering?
You've got your
bit
theory in it. You've got your theory about.
Yeah. I'm not gonna repeat myself that he's gonna. Yeah, I've already said it before. I think he's gonna start to pick up his performances, but he's not been playing regular football for a long time. Like he's not been playing football for Real Madrid for a long time. He's come to Spurs. He's not been playing regular football. Do you think he's essentially? I find it hard.
Wait, what was that thing with him and Jose where he posted that he had a good session?
Great session, yeah.
And Jose's like, I don't know why you're misleading, man. You didn't train. Like, what are you talking about? Jose's just some
Savage
next guy, man. He's next guy.
But yeah, I think he's a bit of a victim in the sense that he's not been playing much football. But when he does come on and he's not performing, people start to say it's ain't the Bell that I know. But like any player would struggle after two seasons on the bench, coming to Spurs, Mourinho not fancying you straight away. So I think it's hard for me. It's a bit harsh putting him in number 2, but I get it. I can't really argue too hard against it. I just think that there might be mitigating factors involved.
Yeah, no, I hear that 100%. But like I said, it's just it's the narrative that surrounded it. And to be fair, we should have known. He gave us the precursor. He said, look, if you were expecting the Bale that used to tear it up down the wing, and rip Mike on a new one, he said that's not me anymore. Gareth doesn't do that now. He's a headers man. He's a tapping kind of guy. So he warned us at it, but we still thought, nah, Bale, you're just being modest. Still gonna come and rip man up. But yeah, he's been.
Just wait
dead.
for the Euros. That's all I'm saying on Bale. Wait for the Euros. Wait for as soon as he puts that red shirt, that red Welsh shirt, the dragon emblazoned on that shirt. It's a wrap. Trust. It's a different player. It's like a t-shirt. It's like a time machine back to when he was like 25, 26, banging in goals. But yeah, that's. Do you know what? I understand why you put him in at second. If it was like a month ago, I probably would have been like, yeah, fair. But for me, there's a player at number 2 that has failed.
So your number 2's got to be my number 1 then. But yeah, go on.
Flattered to deceive. A player that
Dead food,
came
man.
with a
Dead food.
high expectations, high
Price
like
tag.
high, not even a high price tag. He's quite short as well. Like
Oh,
he's
bro,
not.
it's Thiago. Like, go on.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know what? So I was trying to play it coy, but I'm talking about Thiago.
Oh, you know what? You know
Thiago
what? I'm low key. I'm
Alcantara.
low key glad. I'm low key glad you saw sense and you've got the right number one. So you know what?
Mm.
I'm gonna give you the floor. Talk
So
about
let me talk
Thiago.
to you. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you about some of these. So he's made. So let's go through the basic stats. He's made 12 Premier League appearances. Liverpool.
Yeah,
He's won 3 games for Liverpool.
yeah,
He's been in the winning side 3 times for Liverpool. So
yeah.
let's deep that. Just let that one soak in. He's lost half the games he's played in. For me, the Thiago. This was a great idea This is a great idea for content because this just allows me a platform to just talk about Thiago. Thiago, yeah,
You're
one of
such
the
a hater, man.
this guy, yeah. Do you know how badly I wanted him before he went to to Bayern and join Pep? Because he was meant to come to the Premier League after Barca. He didn't sign a new contract. He went for like 30 million to Bayern, and United were interested in him, and I was gutted, man, gutted, like so gutted that he didn't come. Like I really really liked the way he played. He was like 24 at the time as well, so he was super young.
He's been a baller. Yeah.
Yeah, man, he's a top quality player. And do you know what? I was worried when he joined Liverpool, for sure. For sure, I was worried. So a lot of this agenda that you see, yeah, may have been me looking for ways that he could flop.
Oh, brother,
And do you know
100%.
what?
I'm
And do you
glad
know
you.
what?
This is the most objective you've been for a minute. So
Yeah,
I'm
let me finish. I
sorry.
ain't finished yet.
I'm
Let me
gonna
finish yet.
carry on. I'm just
I was
happy,
looking
bro.
for him to flop, but I don't know if as a result of that, I passed on some of Ollie's juju onto him, or what happened. But boy, he delivered in terms of what I was worried about. He's like been like, nah, Moses, trust. Don't worry, I got you. I got
You're a
you.
prick,
I
bro.
got you. And my man, look at this. Look at this here. He's made 894 passes this season. 894 passes, yeah, around 74.5 passes per match. He's created one big chance for Liverpool. One from all them passes. Do you know how many through balls he's made?
Go on.
One big chance, one through ball created in 894 passes. Deep that, Ishmael. Deep that.
Bro,
What is he
you
doing?
can-
Do you know what? Yeah. Look. Let's not. I want to separate. Thiago, the player, from Thiago, the Liverpool player. Thiago, the player, a joy to watch. A joy to watch. But the Thiago at Liverpool right now, you're making him look like a bad player right now. That's how bad Liverpool are doing, and how hard he's finding it to fit into this team and to provide solutions. He's that dumbfounded. My man's only made one big chance, one through ball out of nearly 900 passes.
You
No
done.
goals, no
Okay, then.
assists, one shot on target. His shooting accuracy is 8%. 8%. 27 fouls made. 55%
okay.
tackle success rate.
What I find interesting, first of all, is
He's lost as many duels as he's won.
Okay,
That's
it's still
just
going.
like,
It's still going.
do you know what I mean? So
You
the
finished.
stats,
You
the
finished.
stats are all there. He clearly
You
just
finished.
doesn't fit into this Liverpool team, and it's like square pegs and round holes right now with Thiago. He just doesn't fit into that system at all, and that's why I put him in at second, because for me, there's still that player
The
of
grin on your
what he
face
was,
right now.
of
The
what
grin
he
on your face right now
was.
says it all. It says it all.
What he
It says
was,
it
bro. He was,
all. It says
bruv,
all of
he
it.
was so
All of
good,
it.
man. Look. It's just. Do you know what it's like? It's like going back to 2007 or 2006 when you signed Fernando Morientes, and you you sapped all the quality out of that man. You sapped it out of him. You used to take. Anfield used to be the place where good players went to die, and that's what's happening again with Thiago.
You finished now.
I can go on, bruv. I can go on.
No, you're good.
Thiago,
You're good.
Thiago.
You're finished. Listen, yeah. First of all, what I find almost most telling is the detail of the stats that you're going into for my man. Everyone else, you just either not even bother to come with any stats, or you just given goals, appearances, assists. My man's coming the through balls, the passing accuracy.
When there's only one,
the
it's
tackle,
not hard, is it?
Bro, the tackle percentage. Why is this guy? He's not even your number one.
He's trying to get sent off, bro. He's trying to get sent off. That's how much he's not. That's how much he's not enjoying it, bro.
This is how strong the agenda is. This is how strong the agenda is.
Nah, okay. Well,
you knew that if you put him number one, I would just be like, nah. This is like. So you're trying to do like a little objective thing, put him number two, but the depth of stats you're coming with just already suggests off the bat, alarm bells ringing. You've got an agenda. Like, I don't believe for 1 second that you think that this guy is a dead footballer. But
I've said that already, though, man.
But
I said he's not. It's the Thiago we got this season is dead.
Thiago's form, which is mainly down to Liverpool's form, which he came back into, is just giving your agenda so much unnecessary clout that it doesn't deserve clout. So Thiago's not been great, yeah. Thiago's not been great at all. But
been awful.
A point you made earlier. I'm gonna quote you on this. You were saying that you were judging a lot of your players based on how many games he's played. My man's made 12 appearances, yeah. So of the players you mentioned in the list previously, let me just get this up.
I can tell you.
Brewster played more games than him. Partey played one less game than him.
He's not in mine, bro. The Partey's in yours.
Ziyech. Okay, cool. Werner played way more games than him.
Werner's played well, but Werner's had more. But Werner's had some good games. All of these players have. All of the players before have had good games. Thiago's not played well once. He's not got no goals or assists.
Let me finish.
My number one's got more goals and assists than
Donny played more games than him. So it's just like what parts you're picking certain parts just to fit your narrative, which is cool. I get that, it's fine. But for me, Thiago's not number two. He's not in the top two worst players. My man's only played 12 games.
Biggest flops.
Sorry.
You're telling me that the Thiago that you thought you were signing resembles the one you have now?
But you can say that for half the team, the whole team, if not.
But look. If anything, there's more argument to be said here.
You're going to put Thiago there as well.
Thiago is the reason.
You're going to put Simicast in there as well.
Is Thiago the reason why Liverpool are playing shit?
No, we were playing shit before he came back into the squad. Are you forgetting this?
Takes too many touches.
Then he came in.
All them passes he's made, and he's made one big chance.
Then he came in and Klopp for some, I don't know what reason, was playing him as a holding midfielder. I remember I said that to you from the get-go.
But he plays. Yes, it is. That's why he plays for Bayern.
Not in a single pivot. Bayern were playing 4-2-3-1. He had a man like Kimmich next to him doing the running about, doing the harrying. Klopp was playing him in a 4-3-3 as the base of the trio, expecting Thiago to go and break up play. He can't tackle. We've all seen Thiago tackle. He's not a tackler at all. Cannot tackle. Hopeless when it comes to tackling.
He's alright at tackling, but he
fouls
as much as he
hella
yellow
cards, man. It's just mad. The yellow card thing. I told you already. I think he'll get sent off this season.
I'm not gonna lie, it's starting to kind of back up my point a bit.
In what sense?
Just bringing. I'm just good with getting a Liverpool.
Bro, all I'm saying is, I'm just saying it. He's played half of the games. He can't. I don't know if he can be number two in the biggest. He's been out injured as well, but.
One big chance created, one through ball played, 894 passes. What is he doing? Passing it sideways, bro.
That's a lot of passes, bro.
He's passing it sideways, bro. And he's made one big chance. Come on. It takes one pass. It takes one through ball or like one key pass to just. Do you know what I mean? He's not doing anything. Like.
Yeah,
he loses the ball so much as well, which I find surprising because whenever you play for Bayern, it looked like he could not get the ball off him. Do you know what I mean? It's just I don't know what do you know what it is, Ishmael? Liverpool are making him look bad.
I agree with that.
And so for me, that's
he's
what
coming to a dead team. So
that's why
you can't put him number two though. Based on what you just said, you can't put him number two, man.
No, but he's been playing regularly in this bad period of form you've been having. Where you've lost 4 games at home. He's played games.
12. He's played 12 out of 25 games.
But he's played all of the bad games, man. Do you know what I mean? Like He's been so bad, Ishmael. I don't think you can fully comprehend. I don't think you fully comprehend.
Nah, don't say that.
I don't think you fully understand how bad he's been.
I've been watching this guy play.
Like, you've been saying he was 7 out of 10s.
It's painful. It's painful to watch. It's painful.
Thank you. But you said it's in 7 out of 10s. You said 7 out of 10s.
For Thiago, you expect 8s, 9s every week. So 7 is not good at all by his standards.
For me, the expectations I had of Thiago, where I thought he was going to be, what I thought he could do for that Liverpool team, like I thought he was going to come in, and as soon as teams decided I had like a bit played a low block, he was the solution. No
one thought that more than me. I thought
he was the solution to that, and he.
Say
that again. Say that again. The audio went out.
There's nothing even to say, man. That's what
I mean. For me,
I don't know. It's a sensitive subject for me, bro. I swear.
For me, he's the second biggest flop this season, purely based on what my expectations were of him and what my assumptions were of him before he came to the Premier League, and I've been pleasantly surprised. Do you know what I mean?
I can't even get his face.
Pleasantly. Do you know what I mean? That's how good I feel about Thiago right now. Because trust me, I was worried, but now it just doesn't look like the same player anymore. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's the style of play of Liverpool, whether he's getting on a bit, whether he's come to Liverpool for a bit of a holiday, which is
a day to say it. Say a day.
No one would ever recommend it.
Say heavy metal. Say heavy metal.
Heavy metal. I wasn't going to say that, but I was questioning.
You want to do your favorite buzz phrase, man.
Right, anyway, look. Thiago's my number 2, whether you like it or not. Where did you put him?
4, bro.
4.
Yeah,
it's not too far off mine, to be honest. It's not too far off mine.
Yeah. You know what? It's just annoying because he's only actually been like actively dead until quite recently. Well, he's only been actively dead.
Well, I've
quite
seen
recently.
It.
Before then,
maybe you saw it. You had rose-tinted spectacles on, man. You had some.
If I had rose-tinted. Yours were tinted. Yours were tinted with shit on purpose. Like you wanted to see these things, and then you wanted. This is the thing. What just annoyed me is that you were saying these things before they were happening, and you just manifested them somehow because he wasn't playing this bad before. He wasn't. I swear to God. You're going to try and tell me now that you saw it before. You're going to try and tell me that you saw it before I did. You're going to try and tell me you saw it before I did. I've been watching this guy very closely.
I told you on this. I've got the time.
You know how much I was waiting for him to come back, bro. I know you've got it. You said it to me.
I told you the 16th of January.
You chatting. And I said it. Absolutely waffling. Then
it's the way I said it. I said it in a way that I was like, you know what? I don't want to speak too soon. I have a theory about Thiago and whether he's going to fit, whether he's going to do bits for this team, and I'm not sure about it. That was what I said. Because to me, I remember, and I look. You have to give me some respect here as well. Because like I've watched a lot of like Thiago play football, and like I said, I told you before when he was at Barca, I really wanted him at United. So I watched lots of his highlights back in the day. I know what he can contribute to a team. So seeing the contribution he's providing now, I'm like, whoa, this is like, do you know what it's almost akin to? It's like Shevchenko coming to Chelsea and just flopping.
No, come on.
But in terms of like expectation, I thought he was world class.
He's still from. What are you trying to tell me? He's not world class anymore, Thiago.
He's not playing like it. So I'm saying this is like one with Shevchenko.
He's in a very bad run of form. He's in a very bad run of form at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm surprised.
I can't write. So listen, yeah. For me, it's really easy. If he'd played like 20 of the 25 games, no injuries, and he's playing like this, cool. I'm probably going to join you on this agenda that you're running at the moment. But man's missed half of our games, and not only has he missed half of our games, he's come back into a team which is in flipping.
How many games have you lost this season?
Bro, I don't even know. 6, 7.
Get this up. You've lost 7 games this season. He's played in 6 of those defeats.
Yeah.
What injuries, bruv?
So is flipping Jordan Henderson has played in all of them probably. So was he now the reason as well that we're playing shit? So is Salah. My thing is, well, you're picking out one guy. You're picking out. You're literally scapegoating.
Ishmael, you were top of the table when he came back from injury, weren't you?
Bro, is he letting the goals in? Is he making Allison flipping sweet chin music Kabak in the flipping groin? Like you can't tell. No, no, no. This is where I start to like.
Unravel.
I don't. Yeah. This is where I start going a bit mad. But
He's played. Look, and what I'm saying is, in the
he's not
games
the
where
only one.
you,
But he's not the only one
I
that's
know,
played. You can't.
I
You're
know,
literally picking one
I know,
man.
Ishmael. I know, Ishmael. But what I'm saying is, yeah, he's played. He's played in 6 of those 7 defeats. So in the games
So
where
should we
he's
start
played
reading off? Should we
badly,
start reading off? But should we start reading off the other players that have also played in those 7 games as well that we lost? Because I'm pretty sure Salah's played every single one of them games too.
yeah, dude.
Is
But
it? What are we
my
gonna? Are
point
we gonna
was, my
blame
point
Salah now as
was,
well?
my point was, you said that he
Listen,
hasn't played in all of the games, but in the games that you've lost, he's played in. So there's
because
like
he's
a
come back
category.
into a team that's playing dead.
Ishmael, look,
It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that.
look, I'll repeat myself. Yeah, in 12 appearances, he's been a part of a winning Liverpool team 3 times. If it was any other player, if that was Curtis Jones, you'd be like, get him out of the squad. Get him out of the squad.
Nah,
right now.
not even,
Whenever he
because the
plays,
whole squad's playing dead. The
Whenever
whole
he
squad's playing
plays, you have a
dead.
50-50 chance of losing. That's his stats. That's his specific stats. And he's got
Let's
a 0%
just do number.
chance of scoring.
Let's just do number 1, man.
Let's now unite, Ishmael. Let's
Yeah.
unite.
This is
behind
where it's not.
the
It's
lull.
ugly no more.
The laugh out loud that is the Chelsea career of Kai Havertz.
Or as they like to call him, Shy Havertz, because he don't like to turn up. He's scared. I don't know what he's on.
He's another one like Werner. I just feel like, did they come pranging out about the Premier League? Did they just both prang? Just like, were they just chatting and like, were they just DMing each other being like, bro, they're so big, like, what are we going to do? Like, they just seem like they're scared to like play their natural game. I haven't seen
This guy, he's left foot gang as well. I should be trying to find all the reasons I can to just. I've not seen any good stuff from him. I'm not even joking. I would say I've probably watched like 75-80% of Chelsea's games this season, and I can't remember right now off the top of my head any good stuff he's done. He's got a couple goals. I think he got a couple in some of the cup games. But yeah, he signed for, what was it, 72 M's.
Yeah.
Not only that, he wasn't even signed as like a Nathan Ake, where it's just you're here as a squad player. He was seen as
you just reminded me of something. Just remind me to say something after.
This is about Thiago. Is it? We're gonna go back to Thiago again. I swear that he was signed, but basically, my point is, he was signed right at the end of the window. He was seen as like the missing piece of the puzzle, the little, just like the vava voom, if you like, the little something extra to kind of just, the German connection was going to be there. The link up is going to be like my man playing it to Havertz playing it to Werner. That was meant to be it. Chelsea win the title. That's the talk. That's the narrative they were trying to lead us to believe. And he's been trash, mate. He's been absolutely trash. At least Werner looks like he's been trying in it. He looks like he's down for the cause. And he's been showing
really
up.
Playing anymore, is he? I don't know if he's injured or not, but he's just not been getting any game time at the moment. He just looks an absolute, like, he looks like an absolute, like a poor comparison, like pale. What's the expression?
It was in comparison.
What he was doing last season, like
They shout out Amy Winehouse. But yeah, go on.
Like, just the I remember after lockdown when, like, we didn't, well, not after lockdown, we're still in lockdown, but during lockdown when there was no football, that first really dark
us, man.
Yeah. Where they brought the
Bundesliga.
back with first.
He was
watching him
looking. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, he was looking like a proper player. And
again,
I was worried, man. I was begging. I was like, please, Abramovich, don't sign him. Like, I beg, like, don't go to Chelsea. Like, if you go to Chelsea, it's a wrap. And I CBA for this.
I thought I was getting shook. I'm not gonna lie, I was shook.
Yeah, understandably, but the Havertz that's arrived at Chelsea now is like such a poor version of the Havertz we saw in the Bundesliga. Like, what has happened to him? I just don't understand it. It's like the talent.
Wait, you know what? I'm low key clocked. these Bundesliga signings are not doing well in the Prem. So you've got Werner, Havertz, Thiago, all in the top four. Is that it? Is there anyone else? It's just them three, but that's not a good. That's not a good
Donny and Ziyech
representation.
came from Ajax. Ake came from the
Yeah.
Prem. Brewster came from the Championship. Doherty came from the Prem. Bell came from Real Madrid. Where Willian came from the Prem as well. So yeah,
But for three of the top three of the top four, because three of the top four are all from the Bundesliga. Jadon Sancho, are you going to come and make the difference on that one?
Bro, he's not a Bundesliga type player. He's a street.
Yeah, Wait, I was watching what he was doing to what he was doing to Schalke on the weekend. It was just rude, man. It was rude.
He's a rude boy. He's a rude boy.
It was rude.
He's moving like a ching, bruv. Rude boy.
Bro.
My jam.
Man, you know Havertz. The only thing is, he's what 21. He's got time in his hands, isn't it? They signed their German manager to kind of do a little German redemption.
He's not got anything out of him just yet, though, has he?
Nah, not even. But again, this goes down to what I was saying before about the profile of player. Like, he predominantly played as a number 10, like a proper number 10 in a 4-2-3-1 for Leverkusen, or as a false nine. Chelsea haven't really played him in either. They've tried to either play him off the right or in the three in the midfield. So it's just like, are you setting this guy up to prosper, or are you just signing him because he was about?
Another big issue for me is that, similarly to Ziyech as well, I don't think Chelsea are playing the right formation for Havertz to. He likes to play in behind the striker. Imagine him behind Werner. That's literally what they should be doing.
No, I don't think Werner's not your focal number 9.
No, for me, yeah. What I see Havertz and Werner potentially being able to do. Havertz can play a through ball. Like, I've seen him do it for Leverkusen time and time again, or just get into the box as well. Werner's pace with Havertz's vision, I think, especially because they've obviously got that German connection, that there's something there to be explored for Chelsea. I don't think we've really seen them two play in that position. Havertz is playing off the right or in a midfield three.
It's all a bit
square pegs, round holes, and that's the same thing. Him playing on the right. What happens to Ziyech then? Do you know what I mean? It's just like they've not fully found.
They just signed a man. They signed a man because they had the vantage place of the transfer ban, because it meant they still had P's saved up. So they were just like, Lampard, who do you want? He was like, what? Swear down, I could choose anyone.
Do you know what?
Anyone.
I don't think they're his players.
What? None of them. I think.
Chilwell was.
He was after Chilwell. He wanted Chilwell and Rice, innit? But I think he had a say in some of them. And I just think
the lack of intent to play Havertz through into form says it all for me. It doesn't scream.
You don't just think he's been that bad, though. Do you not just think he's been that bad, like, which he has been?
Well, no, because I think if fair enough, he's been playing badly, but if there's a player you wanted to sign, you were like really central in like helping them to come to the club. I don't know. I'd be trying my hardest to get, like, that's a £72 million player.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say. That transfer fee. Never sign a player for 72 million. If they say, well, you can have him for 72, be like, no, I'll have him for 73. Do you know who else is 72 mil? Who else is 72 mil? I'll say installments, and you should be able to get it.
Oh, flipping Pepe.
The fee.
Hey, when did he sign? He signed last year, innit? Yeah.
The fee is cursed, bro. If they say, well, you can have him for 72 million, nah.
Tell you, bro, take an extra mil. Take an extra mil.
Do you know what? I'm not letting you do some.
Yeah.
The fee is cursed. The fee is cursed. Bro, and he's on big wages as well. Where does he go? What's his next
270 or something?
It's like 315 or something like that. Like, where does he go after that?
He's gonna have to dip. He's gonna have to dip to like mid-table Bundesliga.
Bro, you best hope United sign him for that wages, man. I don't think only United, Real Madrid, and them teams can.
He's taking a wage cut, innit? He's taking a wage cut. Whatever his next move is, he's not gonna get. He's not getting a pay rise, is it? What's your next move from that at 21 in terms of wages? Like,
do you know what? Yeah, Ishmael, I've got to say I think by the end of his contract at Chelsea, we will have seen the Kai Havertz we saw in the Bundesliga. I think it might take a bit of time. right now he's a big flop. But I do think there's a player in there. I just can't believe it. I can't believe how bad it is. Same thing with
He
Thiago.
was so good. He was ridiculously
Bro,
good.
it's the same thing as Thiago. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, these two players are in there. Werner as well. They're in there because I was expecting these guys to do well. I was expecting these guys to do well, and they don't happen. They haven't. For me, they've been the biggest flops of the season. It's not. I'm sure you probably don't think Thiago has been the biggest flop, or actually Chelsea fans will find it hard to argue against that point. But like I said, I think it's more because of like how good I know they can be and how poor they've been performing.
No, I hear that. I hear that.
But yeah, man, I think. Do you know what? It was a good one to end on, just because Havertz. I mean, I don't think we.
I'm not surprised now. I didn't think. Yeah. You know what? I respect you for. I respect you for. I don't know what you did. I don't know what to call it, but I think you took the high ground in it. So
Havertz,
for the sake of this,
just thank Havertz, because otherwise he would
be
number one. But yeah, man, guys, thank you for joining us for this one. It's been really fun. If you enjoyed seeing Ishmael get rattled by me,
the thing is, no.
Make sure you like and subscribe.
The thing is, I rattled myself, and I've only got myself to blame. I saw it coming, and I didn't even eat the bait. I just,
you devoured the fucking rod. You ate, you bit the hand that fed you. Nah, but like I said, it's been fun, man. This is one that we've been planning on doing for a while. We will definitely be reviewing our choices at the end of the season to see if our top 10 holds true. But yeah, man.
Imagine we had Willian in there 3 times. Sorry, I just need to get that in there.
Arsenal fans, if you're watching, make sure you like and subscribe as well. We love you lot, man. You're the funniest people out there. But yeah, man, cheers for watching, guys. If you enjoyed seeing Ishmael get rattled, make sure you subscribe, like and follow, all that stuff. All the information's around here. If you stay till the end, you're a legend. If you didn't, fuck you. Do you know what I mean? You're never gonna see this. But yeah, peace out, guys. It's been Weird and Wonderball, and we'll see you again soon for another show. Peace.